Good evening, and thank you for coming out in this weather tonight. My name is Alexandra Gage, and tonight I'm going to talk to you about the Zoom R24 multi-track recording unit. Music has been an integral part of my life from an early age on. I've always played piano, I play guitar, I play mandolin, I do a little bit of singing. I've spent the last 14 years steeped in music as I married a professional musician. Through the years, I've developed a fondness for being on the other side of the music, through recording and working with sound. The Zoom R24 lets me take this hobby anywhere I want through its ease and small size. And I hope you enjoy learning about the R24 as much as I enjoy using it. Now, that said, professional musician, that's my husband, I asked him to record a short 30-second track for us, and I'll play that for you now. Make sure just to keep it to 30 seconds. Now that track was simply a bass track, a rhythm track, and a solo track. They were all recorded on the R24 using no other equipment, mixed down and played as one project. And it was done very easily in a short amount of time. So, now that we've heard what the R24 can do, let's talk about exactly what it is and what it can do. It's essentially the total music production solution. Now, I didn't come up with that. That's what Zoom calls it. It's a recorder, an interface, a controller, and a sampler. It's a complete, compact, and portable music creation system with 4 functions. A 24-track recorder, an audio interface with 8 ins and 2 outs, a DAW control surface compatible with Mackie control, and a drum machine sampler with pads and a loop sequencer. Now, DAW control is essentially when you're controlling your Cubase software and other recording software, or mixing and mastering software. So first let's talk about the unit as a recorder. You can simultaneously record 8 tracks and play back 24 tracks. The capability allows you to capture live band performances, record drum kits with multiple mics, and make other recordings of multiple sound sources. You can then play back 24 tracks in a WAV format file. Now, WAV format is a format that anybody can use. It's not a proprietary file created by the Zoom. You can use the undo-redo function, which I think is fantastic. So you're recording, you like the way it sounds, you go and you change some of the settings and you don't like the way it sounds, you use the undo-redo button and it takes you back to that original set that you used the time before you changed them up. When you complete a song, you can mix it down and save a stereo mix of each project onto the R24. Now, you can also save it on other devices, and we'll get into that later on. It can also be used as an audio interface that supports 8 inputs and 2 outputs. It functions as an audio interface enabling direct input of sounds into a computer. Support for 24-bit encoding ensures a high-quality sound, so you know that the sound that you're recording in and the sound that you get out of the unit is going to be the same when you use it as an interface with your computer. 8 input channels and 2 output channels can be used simultaneously. The internal DSP effects of the R24 can also be used at a sampling rate of 44 kilohertz. A dedicated knob lets you adjust the balance between the DAW software and your Cubase, playback sound, and the direct input sound when monitoring. The unit can also be used as a controller. You can control surface functions for most DAW software, and I keep saying Cubase because that's usually the one that everybody knows. It uses a control surface for DAW transfer functions such as playing, record, and adjusting the levels. When you use, if anyone's used software like Cubase, you know when you're using your computer and you have to use a mouse and you're trying to control everything, that can be very difficult. built. So what essentially, this controls your software. So you want to adjust several levels, you can use this. You want to hit play, you can use this, and you don't have to manipulate it with your mouse going back and forth on a computer. When you want to cut something, you want to turn something instantly, you can just use this unit. You can also assign 5 function keys to various DAW software commands, and you can assign them to the unit. So if you don't want to do something different than play, you want to use it as a cut or whatever, you can assign those. There's five function keys that you can use with the software. It's also a sampler. The unit is also a sampler. It has a 24 voice sampler with 8 pads and 3 banks. Built-in sampler function allows you